Hey, short scale. This is the Squier Jaguar project. I just kind of finished up. Um, I'll do a demo of this playing, but I'll just go over some of the mods that I did on it. First thing is I put Mustang tremolo and bridge on it, and all these Jaguar control plates and switches. My original intention was not to do all this stuff. It kind of got away from me and I was doing the project and I was having problems, and taking the pick guard completely on and off constantly to check my wiring was a huge pain in the ass, so I just threw all the control plates on to make wiring it a whole lot easier. It's got the standard Duncan designed humbucker in it that came with the guitar. It's actually really good too. I like it. I didn't think I was going to, but it's a good sounding pickup. I do notice though that I have to roll the tone down on it a little bit because it is kind of bright, but other than that it's pretty good. It's got a 2-pole Mustang bass pickup in it on the neck, and I'll explain that in a little bit. Down here is the Strat jack that came with it, and that's wired into the guitar circuitry, so if I ever just want to play it as a regular guitar, I can just plug a regular guitar cord into it and it'll play just fine. On this control plate, this is all for the guitar. Same with those switches there. That all controls the guitar pickup. There's a 5-pin MIDI type socket in there, and 2 of the pins is positive and negative for the guitar, 2 of the pins is positive negative for the bass circuit, and the middle one I believe is for the shielding on the cable, to try and cut down on some of the noise. This knob is a tone, or not a tone knob, this is a split knob for the coil. So fully this way is humbucker, fully that way is single coil, and then anything in between. It's a 500K. This is a jazz bass stack knob. It's 250K for the tone, 500K for the volume. The one that came in here, that came with the guitar, was pretty decent, but the shafts are a different size and I couldn't fit the jazz bass knobs on it, and I just liked the way it looks, so I swapped it out. And plus, I think the one that came with it is 500K and 500K. I'm not positive, but I think that's what it was. On this switch here, you can see I totally fucked up cutting the pick guard, and it doesn't quite fit right, but it's good enough. This is just on and off for the guitar circuit. Up is on, down is off. This one, down is humbucker, up is just single coil. Then this one, up is humbucker, down activates the split knob. So in this position right here, the split knob would engage. This position here is just regular humbucker. This position is single coil. This is on, this is off. On the bass circuit, I've got it's a 2-pole Mustang bass bridge, and the poles kind of sit in between the E and the A, and a little bit between the E and the D, but more towards the D. Before I mounted it in there, I moved it around a lot to try and find a really good spot where it's picking up just the E, A, and D strings, and I found this to be the best. The G string does get a little bleed into it, but really it doesn't bother me. It's not too bad. On the circuitry, I've got an on and off switch. This is a volume, this is a tone, and these are regular Jaguar. This is a 1 meg pot, this is a 50K pot, so it's kind of bright without running through an octave pedal. It's actually really bright, makes a pickup really bright sounding. Then down here, I've got just a regular MIDI cord that plugs into it, and that goes to my pedal board. Right here is the other end of it, and it's just a MIDI jack. and I've got this is the bass, this is the guitar. The bass runs out into this thing, then into an octave pedal, and I've got that pretty much set on completely cranked. The direct line I've got backed off a little bit just so you could hear some of the picking of the guitar. Then it goes into a compressor, which really not really beefs up the sound, but I don't know, it's hard to explain. It just makes it louder for me. Without it, the sound coming out of the octave pedal was kind of soft. But you see, I've got this cranked all the way, and with that, I've got a noise suppressor, because once you kick this one in, it makes a shit ton of noise. So this one kind of cleans it up. The good thing about having the noise suppressor is it's got a mute mode, so if I'm playing and I want to cut the bass out, I could do it with a foot pedal. Just kick the pedal in and it mutes the bass. And then when I want the bass to come back in, I kick it again and it comes back on. Then on the guitar side, I've got a tuner, a phaser, a flanger, tremolo, delay, and a reverb. Then up top here, I've got, this is the guitar, this is the bass, this goes to the guitar amp, this goes to the bass amp. And for the bass amp, I'm using a Fender Studio Bass. It's all tube, 115. It's got a tube-driven graphic EQ on it, and then a normal EQ. It's an awesome sounding amp, but it's kind of causing me problems with this because as soon as I plug the amp in, it creates a whole lot of buzz on the guitar side. But I'm just going to live with it. It's not that bad. And then for the guitar side, I'm using, it's actually not a Bassman. It's an amp that I built, and it's a JCM 800 inside of there. So when I do the demo, I'll start with the clean channel, and I'll switch it over to the high channel, kind of show you the different sounds that the guitar can make. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I don't know, guess I'll start playing it.